In 1974, a new archenemy of Godzilla came onto the scene in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and actually saved the franchise that had struggled at the box office over the previous couple of movies. Many people think that Mechanicon was inspired by Mechagodzilla, but in reality it's very much the other way around. Although Mechanicon predates Mechagodzilla, the latter is more renowned among fans, likely because of its frequent appearances and prominence in the series featuring the iconic Godzilla. Regrettably, a showdown between the two has not yet materialized. In the original appearance, Mechagodzilla was a weapon created by the simian alien race known as the Black Hole Planet 3 aliens to conquer Earth. It initially appears disguised as Godzilla, causing confusion and chaos before the final showdown. It is, as all the early kaiju were, a man in a suit, made to match Godzilla's proportions, but with laser eyes, rocket fingers, and more weaponry than it would ever need. Mechagodzilla returned in 1975 in Ishiro Honda's final film as a director and the final Showa-era Godzilla movie in a straightforward follow-up to the previous movie, with Mechagodzilla being the main antagonist for Godzilla. It's fitting that Mechagodzilla appeared here, as a monster that has appeared across every production era in the Godzilla series. It all changed in 1993. This time, known as Mechagodzilla II, it is a weapon created by the United Nations Godzilla Countermeasures Center, the UNGCC, to defend against Godzilla attacks. It is piloted by human characters. Heisei takes a markedly different approach compared to its Showa counterpart. This fresh iteration of Mechagodzilla was intended to be significantly darker, grittier, and more serious than in lighter-hearted Showa series. The plan involved a major redesign and even a name change. Initially dubbed Berserk, Heisei's Mechagodzilla was envisioned with a more techno-organic look. It was to start as a virus, gradually transforming into a tangled mess of metal and wires throughout the film. The incorporation of new abilities, such as the mouth-emitted laser beam, added an extra layer of intensity to Mechagodzilla's arsenal in the Heisei era. In 1997, Godzilla Island first aired. In this series, Mechagodzilla is depicted as a hero and defender of Godzilla Island, often battling against other kaiju threats. Mechagodzilla's appearance in this series is similar to its Heisei-era design, featuring a sleek and futuristic robotic appearance. In 2002's Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, Mechagodzilla is constructed by the Japan Self-Defense Forces (JSDF), using the skeletal remains of the original Godzilla as its foundation and named Kiryu, which is derived from Kikai Ryu, the Japanese word for machine dragon. Given its construction around the skeleton of the deceased Godzilla, Kiryu's iteration of Mechagodzilla leverages the skeletal structure, enabling it to mobilize its own tail. In contrast, other versions of Mechagodzilla lacking Godzilla bones are incapable of tail movement. Mechagodzilla is actually the only kaiju ever to give Godzilla a tail whip in a fight. This version also has rocket launchers attached to its shoulders, and the mouth beam now resembles lightning without the rainbow colors. It is revealed that the spirit of the original Godzilla resides within the armor of Kiryu and starts operating the mech piloted by humans. An interesting detail in the movie is Kiryu's eyes changing to red, signifying its recollection of its former existence as the original Godzilla. The follow-up, Godzilla Tokyo S.O.S, came out the following year. Mechagodzilla returns, rebuilt by the JSDF. It is deployed alongside Mothra to protect Japan. Still referred to as Kiryu in the Japanese version, it was this time referred to as Mecha-G and Mechagodzilla in the English dubbed version. In 2017, an anime of Godzilla was released, Godzilla: Planet of the Monsters. That anime was set as humanity returned to an Earth completely taken over by Godzilla 20 years after they were forced to abandon the planet. Mechagodzilla only briefly featured in a flashback where humanity's greatest weapon against Godzilla failed and would not activate. We only get a glimpse of Mechagodzilla, but you can see the design is much more futuristic. In the sequel, Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, which came out in 2018, Mechagodzilla is salvaged and again deployed by humanity as they continue to fight for their home against Godzilla. Now shown fully on screen, Mechagodzilla's design in this movie incorporates a more futuristic, gigantic, and technological aesthetic, with sleeker lines and advanced weaponry like a true anime mech. Mechagodzilla appears as a virtual character in the Oasis in Ready Player One in 2018. Mechagodzilla serves as a formidable weapon within the virtual game world and faces off against the Iron Giant in a total clash of the titans on screen. In the original Ready Player One novel, the Mechagodzilla summoned is Kiryu from Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. However, in the 2018 film adaptation, a different Mechagodzilla is featured. This Mechagodzilla is custom-made for the movie, drawing inspiration from previous iterations while incorporating elements from the legendary picture's Godzilla. A creature unmistakably inspired by Mechagodzilla makes its presence known in the post-credits scene of Episode 13 in the 2021 Godzilla anime series, Godzilla Singular Point. It goes by the name Robo-Godzilla, a revelation made by Japanese fans who deciphered special characters displayed on computer screens in that scene. In 2021, Godzilla vs. Kong was one of the standout blockbuster movies of the year. Mechagodzilla is a major antagonist in this film, created by Apex Cybernetics to combat Godzilla and assert humanity's dominance over the Titans. It goes rogue and threatens both Godzilla and Kong. In this film, Mechagodzilla's design is updated with a more angular and aggressive appearance. It boasts a bright gunmetal silver color, adorned with hints of black. The body is accentuated by a vibrant neon red energy glow that emanates through the gaps in its armored metal plates. Mechagodzilla features advanced cybernetic enhancements and weaponry. It is equipped with a set of lenses in its throat, enabling it to unleash the A-74 Proton Scream, a concentrated red energy beam. For the first time, Mechagodzilla is presented in full CGI glory. It got a new toy to use in battle too, a drill weapon at the end of its tail. Mechagodzilla's tail, equipped with a drill-like tip, was utilized twice in battle but proved unsuccessful. Initially, Mechagodzilla attempted to use it against Godzilla, only to be intercepted by Kong. Later, Mechagodzilla targeted Kong's face with the tail, coming close to defeating him before being ripped apart by Kong. In Chibi Godzilla, which released in 2023, Mechagodzilla became cute. In this 2D animated web series, the character was shrunk down to a tiny version, like a cute, chubby robot. Not quite the scary mech we've seen before.